Focusing on simplicity has been one of the things that has helped me the most with my anxiety, the most with my scheduling, my planning, has helped me keep my house more tidy, has helped me stay more sane. So today let's talk about some things that I have simplified that have really made a big difference. This first one is basic, but don't overlook it. If you hate doing dishes, if you hate scrubbing, sprinkle some baking soda in with your really stubborn, stuck-on dishes and let that soak for a while before you get scrubbing, load the dishwasher. It will be so much easier. I think it's kind of hard to train ourselves to realize that we don't need as much as we think we do. When I decluttered a large volume of dishware from my kitchen, I was nervous at first, thinking, what if we host? What if we need, multiple plates for different dishes or different servingware? And it amazed me how much I did not miss this stuff. So I cut down the volume in my kitchen significantly. I also like moving things around every few months just so you see what you have. Things don't get lost in the back. Something else that I do is I try not to plan on my phone. I try not to have my to-dos, my calendar, anything like that on my phone because I will just get lost in my phone. I will start scrolling. I will waste so much time. So I've tried to eliminate a lot of that by just going to paper and pencil. In a way, it's less convenient, but it's more efficient. And I like that better. Plus the kids aren't seeing me on my phone constantly. Something else that I love to do to help keep things simple throughout my day-to-day routine is go ahead and only keep the things that we use on a daily basis in the main part of the house. If you don't have a lot of storage space, I see where this can be a little bit scary or difficult, but again, cut down your inventory. You need so much less than you think. Keep only the items that you use on a daily in the main part of your house. Even just doing this makes a huge difference in how quickly you're able to clean up, how much easier it is to find the things that you need, and it just makes everyone's life so much easier. I go back and forth between folding the laundry and not folding the laundry depending on what phase of life I'm in. Now that the kids are going back to school, I'll have a little bit more time and I might fold more laundry, but just having bins where you are gently able to lay people's clothes, it makes a huge difference, especially if you're in a more difficult phase of life. Sometimes not even all my drawers are folded from my own clothes. Also, simplifying cleaning products. I am becoming more and more conscientious of the chemicals that are in cleaning products. I'm making a lot of my own, but I also polish with water now, which I never really thought to do before. I will wipe down mirrors with water. I got a steam mop and I just use water. This might seem counterintuitive, but don't leave every flat surface bare. If you do that, that's just an invitation for your family and yourself to continue piling clutter in these areas. Having some flat surfaces bare is fine, but having a little bit here and there really helps motivate people not to pile it up. Here is the perfect example of a flat surface, like in the bedroom that would get really piled high. But I also want to suggest doing a 5-10-10 declutter. What this is you choose 5 categories that are in your home. You declutter 10 items. You commit to decluttering 10 items from each of these 5 categories and only spend 10 minutes per category. It makes it a lot more manageable. Let me know if you relate to this. I love doing things for my family. It is like one of my love languages, but having kids be more independent not only helps them, but it helps you. So just finding maybe one area where you can give your kids more responsibility will help simplify everything. It can be really overwhelming to know how much to declutter, and if you're in the middle of decluttering, have you decluttered enough? What I like to do instead of put a number of items like as the marker for how much you should declutter, set an idea of how long you're willing to spend cleaning each room in the house. If your goal is to only spend 10 minutes per room, then declutter enough items so that that becomes reality. One of the biggest frustrations that I deal with on a daily basis is the shoes. Since we don't have a mudroom, the shoes are constantly everywhere. This is partially our own fault because we haven't established good habits, but I notice that if we don't go through the shoes every season, they become out of control, and I realize I'm picking up shoes that no one even wears. I've noticed that when I unplug, when I intentionally take time away from electronics and really just focus on myself, maybe it's reading a book that I really wanted to get to. Maybe it's dusting off the piano keys and getting back to practicing just a few minutes every single week if that's all I can manage. But I've noticed that my mental health is so much better when I take time to focus on myself. It is true that it is my love language to serve my family, or at least one of them, but I also know that I need to recharge. I need time for myself. So, not letting yourself get kind of tossed to the wayside and really allowing yourself to guilt-free focus time on just you is very important. I do like to focus on little habits, little routines, little tips on making things more simplified. Just like with the cleaning products, I also like to try and focus on when I can and where I can, simplifying in the kitchen, making things a little bit more from scratch, and not spending so much time shopping for ingredients that I know are not going to be good for me or my kids. One of my biggest complaints for the longest time is that I just didn't have the time to make things from scratch. I didn't have the time for myself to read a book, to practice the piano. And once you simplify your schedule, simplify your routines, declutter the excess out of your home, suddenly that's what you get back is all of this time and energy, because you're not cleaning for so many hours every single day. You're not so exasperated by the busiest schedule ever. So I like to have just a few quick ingredients on hand for snacks that my kids love. I'll have something whipped up for them when they get home from school. I feel like with videos like this, it can be kind of overwhelming and you think, oh, I have to do all this stuff. I really just have made a long list of things that I need to do to simplify, and it ends up stressing you out. I would say add to that list, let something go. You're not letting it go forever. You're just letting it go for now. Whether that's, I'm going to let the pillows be all over the couch today because I just don't have the capacity for it. I'm going to let the junk drawer be completely out of control. That area underneath the cupboard in the kitchen is a total disaster, but I'm not going to worry about it today. I know the playroom is a complete mess. I'm either going to get help and have my family pitch in, or I'm just going to put a pause on worrying about this space. You do not have to do it all. In fact, in my opinion, that is the opposite of simplifying. When you overstress your mind, it's just like overfilling your schedule, and it's just not worth it. It is not conducive to simplicity or peace of mind. Finally, another really simple thing that you can do to help simplify your life is just go to bed an hour earlier. I've been trying to go to bed earlier every single night. It's amazing how much more energy I have, how much more ready I am to start the day, even if the pillows don't end up being perfect. So just put yourself to bed a little earlier. Thank you so much for being here. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.